Good morning and welcome on this beautiful October 10th to our One World Spiritual Center online gathering. I am so grateful you're here. Thank you for making the decision to join us for the next 45 minutes or so. If this is your first time watching or listening, I'd like to extend a special welcome to you and thank you so much for joining us. I am so glad to be able to bring this service again from the yard. I was gone last week. I was at the beach, and now I am back in this beautiful, peaceful yard. I hope you can hear the bird song. I hope you can just get the sense of how peaceful and lovely this place is. We have a great gathering for you today. We are continuing our October focus on service, and our speaker today is Asha Lightbearer, and she's going to be relating some stories and some insights from her own personal journey, and I know you will enjoy that. We have some fabulous One World music. Reverend Rebecca Johnson, our youth director, is going to give us a few minutes on what our kids are exploring, and we have the chance to join together in prayer and reflection. So again, thank you so much for being here. So as we begin our gathering, let's do what we do every Sunday and just take a minute and just take a respite from our busy, detailed lives. There is so much going on, what has happened before, what is coming. What we do right now is we just let all that go. We put it down just for a moment, and we rest in this beautiful, irreplaceable moment, this right now. We bring our awareness to this present moment with willingness, with openness, and with gratitude. We are grateful for being here, being together. Even though we are remote, our energies are still joined. We are grateful for this opportunity to learn, to grow, to unfold, to be the beloved community that we are. So let's take a breath and smile and be present, be fully present to this moment. So as we move forward into our gathering, I'd like to share with you a prayer. It's from a Native American tradition, and it's called In a Sacred Manner. And it's a wonderful opening prayer for a new day, for a new beginning. So I invite you to listen. Creator of all that exists, hear our prayer. As the new day dawns, let all people begin anew to walk the good road of life. May we forget our differences. May we remember our likenesses. Let us hear what we have not heard. Let us see what we have not seen. You are the spark of the universe, the oneness of all life. In such a way, may we be blessed in a sacred manner. And so it is. And so we are reminded, even with background noise, even with planes flying overhead and stuff happening, that we are all joined in a sacred manner. We are all part of the sacred hoop, each of us playing our own irreplaceable part. And in that energy, let us move forward. And so with that, I'm thrilled to bring you our opening song. Please enjoy.
Song each week until this unit is over, because in being of service, it's the big things, it's the small things. It's Fiona and it's smiling at the lady who's having a bad day in the supermarket. It's that small. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth. I You're a blessing to the world. I am a blessing. I'm a blessing to the world.
This is our opportunity for the next few moments just to join together in prayer and in reflection, in support of each other, in support of our community, in support of our greater world, so that all beings may be at peace, be healed, and be renewed. So let's take a moment and simply take a breath. Let your awareness move from your busy mind down to your heart space, feeling it warm and soften and open as we prepare to join our light and our energies and our love together right now, just for a few precious moments. Take a breath and breathe and smile. Feeling that willingness, that gratitude simply well up in your heart. Mother, Father, God, creator of all life, we are grateful for this right now, for this moment, for the gifts of all creation that sustain us, for open hearts, for peaceful minds. We are grateful that each one of us is the hands and the feet and the voice of the holy here on earth, to bring our gifts, our joy, our creativity, all that we have to each other, to restore and renew a world in need. We are grateful and we are willing, and so it is. And together we say, Amen. If you have any beloved on your heart, any upcoming circumstance or situation, anything in your awareness that you would like to bring into the circle of our loving energy, let's just take the next few moments and let it rest in your awareness, knowing that it is heard. This is our time of community and communal collective prayer, supporting each other, knowing that whatever is on each of our hearts is heard, is blessed, and that healing is coming. So let's just take a moment, a few seconds in the silence. Beloved Creator, we release to the light, to the love of the one power, all our beloved, all our life circumstances which face us and perhaps trouble us or challenge us. When we do not know the way forward, we know that we do not walk it alone. We know that we are one with a power that finds a way when we see no way. Thank you for the blessings that surround us. Thank you for the healing that is to come for us, for our beloved, and widening the circle to all beings. We send out our light and our love far beyond the walls that surround each of us, to all beings, neighbors whom we know, neighbors whom we will never meet. May all beings be at peace. May all beings be healed and well and supported. May we do what we can, each in our place, to bring about a world in which there is no violence, there is no hunger, there is no want, there is no fear. May we be, may we together work to be the beloved community we know can come to pass. And so it is. And together we say, Amen. And so as we close our prayer time, I'd like to share with you from the Buddhist tradition a prayer of blessing that is adapted from the Karaniya Metta Sutta of the Pali Canon. So I invite you to listen. As we have been blessed, so we bless one another. Breathe in, breathe out. This breath we share with all that breathes. Feel the love of the universe flowing through you, into you, and out into the universe again. Let the love of all the universe, your love, flow outward to its height, its depth, its broad extent. You are more than you know, and more beloved than you know. Take up what power is yours to create safe haven, to make of earth a heaven. Give hope to those you encounter, that they may know safety from inner and outer harm. Be happy and at peace, healthy and strong, caring and joyful. Be the blessing you already are. That is enough. Blessed be, and amen. So we move forward in that consciousness of knowing that we are a blessing and of being that blessing that each one of us already is. And so with that, I'm happy to bring you our special music, followed by our talk by Asha Lightbearer. Please enjoy.
Goodbye, darkness, the time has come for me to go. Goodbye, darkness and me. It's time to wander in fields of light with skies so blue, the kind you only see in your sweetest dreams. Hello, darkness, I see you hiding in my shadow. Unforgiveness and fear, hidden remnants of life and work and pain suffered. I didn't know that you were still here, but I'm longing to be clear. So I will draw the line, shine a light on all that's broken. Look inside my heart, undermine anything that's not forgiven. That's where I will start, healing this hardened heart. Come on, darkness, come take a bow out in the light. Lift your head up and be seen. Building castles on sand instead of solid ground leaves you with only insecurity. Come on, darkness, set me free, and I will draw the line, shine a light on all that's broken. Look inside my heart, undermine anything that's not forgiven. That's where I will start, healing this hardened heart. It's time for peace, time for love, time for everything that I'm deserving of. Time for goodness and for grace. Time for fear to be relieved. Let it go and I will see all that I'm wanting right here in front of me. If I just draw the line, shine a light on all that's broken. Goodbye, darkness, the time has come for me to go. Goodbye, darkness and me.
Good morning, everyone. Asha here. Looking forward to another great Sunday with y'all. Thank you so much, Melanie, for inviting me back. This morning, our series continues on being of service, and so I thought I would love to share with you a little bit about my experience and my beliefs around being of service in terms of some alternative spirituality. I don't know if any of you have ever heard the term Chiron or have any idea what Chiron is, but in astrology, Chiron is your greatest wounding, and it will show up in whatever house where you have your greatest wounding and your biggest challenges and your biggest opportunities to heal that part of yourself. Now, I am not an astrology buff by a long shot. I'm not really huge on it, but I do remember then when it was shared with me about Chiron, and I was looking at my chart with someone, it for some reason just stuck in my head and it never left. And as my life unfolded and I began to see certain patterns and realize traumatic experiences that I had had when I was younger, I began to see perhaps where my Chiron was, which is usually in areas where you will end up feeling low self-esteem, inadequate, less than, really big challenges that you have to dig really deep to overcome. So what does Chiron have to do with being of service? Well, let's start with the concept that if spirituality is being aware of and focused on the spirit or the soul as opposed to physical and material, then Chiron is actually an opportunity to heal not just a moment in this life, but at a deeper core essence level, a soul level. And for those of you who may be open to the concept or the idea that perhaps we have more than one life, perhaps there is this multiverse and that we maybe have many lives or many versions of our lives. Who knows? You know, science just keeps expanding and showing us more and more possibility. And there is actually scientific discussion about whether a multiverse exists or not. And it is highly probable. So with that said, that gets the wheels turning, right? So let's turn Chiron back around and say that this is not just a moment of expression or a moment of healing in this life. This is really your soul's work in this life, your spiritual work in this life. And because it is spiritual work and you really have to dig in and apply principles and look deep within yourself to find yourself, right? To thine own self be true, to know thyself, all of these old teachings focus on that. And so when we dig deeper and we go deep and we really look at who we are, partly by understanding who we are not, and all of the things that are required to heal whatever this great wounding is, that's how you can really fulfill your own soul expression. And in doing so, anyone who does dig in at that level has an amazing offering that is available to the world. Your Chiron is your wounded healer. And if you can overcome that in your life, you have an opportunity to be of service in a huge way to others for multiple reasons. You have experience from your own wounding. It could be in this life, it could be in many lives, depending on what kind of work you do and what your beliefs are. It could be talent. It could be, which are natural gifts. For me, my music is one of my greatest talents and one of my greatest challenges and my hugest insecurities over time. It wasn't until very late in life when I was actually I was working on the Fiona project, and some of you know what it is, some of you don't, which was it started as a music video. that came to me in a dream, and when I realized what it was focused on child sexual abuse and what the path of a survivor looks like throughout the course of their lives and the challenges that that brings, and also how prevalent it is in our society, and how that you can heal from it when you learn to love yourself. So all of that ties together. And so just for me as an experience, and you'll all have your own Chiron, you'll have your own deepest wound, your own opportunity also with that wound to dig deep, heal, and shine. And so my gift has been, it started with the music video, and I used to listen to everyone else who would say, well, you need to do this, and you need to change your lyrics, and you don't have a hook, and you have to this, and it sounds, and I would listen to all of their critique. In fact, I am the music director of One World, but I would be the person who was always second, never chosen first, wouldn't win the part, didn't win the awards. And when I did win the awards, it was always overshadowed in some way by someone else or something else. So I have this history of not being seen in my own arena, which I know now is really part of my gifts. And so again, that's another example of Chiron, the child sexual abuse stuff. My history was something that I wasn't even aware of for most of my life. But when I finally accepted that something had happened to me, and I dug really deep because I had struggled with depression and suicidal thoughts and all kinds of just drama, bad relationships, abusive relationships over and over and over and over. And I struggled with all of that until I started understanding, hey, wait a minute, something happened. And really digging into that and embracing that and accepting it and working on it. And when I did, I began to heal. And now when I go out and I'm invited to do panels or talks or participate in, local summits, stuff like that, the greatest gift is when someone will come up to me and say, wow, I love your energy when you spoke about this. And you smiled and you laughed. And I don't know how you did that, but I want that. When you heal your Chiron, and it's a process. I'm not saying, oh, I'm healed. It's a process. You're always digging and evolving and working. And even when it gets easier, there are little things here and there that are going to continue to expand your self, your breath, your essence. You burn brighter, you dig deeper, you become more full. And isn't that what a spiritual experience is about? And when you take that into the world, you offer that to others. And if they've especially been touched by the same things that you have been touched by, what happens is then they see a model of someone who's doing well, someone who's on the other side, someone who gives them hope, maybe somebody who inspires them, someone who maybe gives them a glimpse of being seen, especially in hidden things like the child sexual abuse, addiction, alcoholism. A lot of the things that we are our greatest challenges, our wounds, tend to be things that society is not so keen on and doesn't really want to talk about much. They like to push it to the side and let somebody else deal with it. And when you can step up and say, I've been through this eating disorder, I've been through this abuse, whatever it was, and you're showing up as a mostly whole and healthy person and a good role model, it gives others the belief and hope that they can get to the other side as well, and that it's okay for them to speak up. Another great example, this is a tiny little thing, but y'all know, or some of you know, that I have this Totally Witchin' podcast that I'm working on, and I do psychic healing and all that sort of stuff. But when I first was out and about, and I would do some normal business networking meetings, things like that, and I would start talking about these things, just like the child sexual abuse, you'd be amazed. People would come up to me and they'd ask me questions, or they'd say, I had this experience. And they would share with me things that they would never talk to anybody else about. Why? Because it's taboo. in some circles still, especially with more conservative religious beliefs and whatnot, those out-of-body experiences or psychic experiences or really psychic healing, anything like that, really way out new agey. People that have a more conservative life, conservative friends, and old-fashioned religion don't talk about that stuff, because some of them even believe that it's against God. Now, personally, that doesn't fit into my picture in any place, in any way. It's a gift. So I don't see it that way. Even the evangelicals, my grandmother was an evangelical, and my mother is very up into that stuff. And, you know, my grandma, they totally believe in healers. They just have a different spin on it, and that they, you know, they feel like you have to come through this vein and say this and be anointed or whatever. But it's really, let's be honest, it's no different. It's a gift. It's a God-given gift, a cosmic gift, call it what you want. And it's the same stuff packaged differently. So when I come out and people know me and they say, oh, well, she's not too crazy. She's pretty normal. She's pretty down to earth. She does business stuff and she doesn't seem like a devil worshiper or something. Then they're like, okay, well, so maybe I can just broach the subject here. Maybe I can just have this moment and just ask this little thing. And it gives people legs. It gives them legs that they didn't have. And then before you know it, people are talking about it more openly. And then you'll see people, I know a gal, you know, she really stepped into owning her own gifts. And that, I'd like to believe that I was part of helping her to do that, because I was unashamed and unwilling to be quiet. And I just put it out there on the table. And I think that that makes a huge difference for a lot of people. If you can just show up, be who you are fully. What's the song that I wrote? I love it. It's called You're Witchy and I Like It. And at the end, it says, don't deny it. You're witchy. It's in your soul. Don't deny it. And I think that that is really probably the essence of this lesson. So again, when you come back, when I say lesson, the cosmic lesson, right? Be yourself. Be authentic. Embrace the gifts that you've been given. And know that they don't have to be perfect. You don't have to show up perfect. My music is not perfect. But if it helps me, it's going to help somebody else. If I write a song that makes me cry, that's my sign from the universe that hey, there's something here. And if it helps me, I'm not the only one that has those feelings or has those doubts or has those insecurities. I know a song from Maura O'Connell. It was called I Will Be Stronger Than That. And it was about domestic abuse. And the woman is singing about her friend who is in a bad relationship. And you know, words become weapons and turn into pain, and how it gets worse and worse, and her friend can't leave. And she says, I would be stronger than that. And I remember listening to that song when I was getting divorced. It still brings tears to my eyes, over and over and over, because those were words that I needed. And so in the I forget who actually wrote that song. I can't think of it. But in hearing this other woman share and express that, it was healing for me. It allowed me to access something that I could not necessarily fully process and embrace on my own without that external input. So when you turn around, now maybe that's not her greatest wounding, but that's definitely her talent, her gift, and her talent is her music. She's fantastic. If you like anything that's kind of Celtic folk sort of stuff, it's not strong Celtic, but it's kind of up in that vein. Her name is Maura O'Connell, and I just think she's a fantastic artist. So in any case, I'm gonna keep this nice and short and sweet today, but I just wanted to share that being of service, we think of as going out and doing a food drive, or going out and working at a kitchen, you know, or a homeless shelter, or whatever it is that we do. Maybe even helping a friend. You know, Paul and I got a call one day from somebody from One World who said, you know, there's this gal and she's in trouble and she needs to get out of her house. And for some reason, you just popped into my head. This goes back to Melanie's talk a couple of weeks ago when she said it could be that tiny little thing that you don't even know is significant and you just follow through. And for some reason, I felt like we needed to go. And so I went, and Paul then tagged along with me and went. And when we got there, this woman was in a definite emotional abuse, domestic violence situation, and wasn't really fully understanding what she was into, although she did get the basic concept. And her husband was there that day. And when he showed up and we were helping her move her, we don't know this woman at all, but we felt like we had to do it. So yay, we showed up to move stuff. And when we got there and he showed up, we knew we were the right people because we could see exactly what was going on. We knew what she was dealing with. I watched him intentionally intimidate and manipulate her, and we could step in and help redirect and also be that middle voice. And so again, being of service could be a small act or what seemed like it was going to be a one-time thing that can change somebody's life. But see, that's my gift. Again, my gift is working with people that have been in abusive situations, and Paul's gift as well. And Paul's my partner. Sorry, I didn't say that. Not everybody knows us. So, and then also working with the abuse from the Fiona Project and the child sexual abuse. It's all the same themes over and over and over. So that was a lot of personal stories just to say that when you are of service and you work on yourself first and work on your own Chiron, your own deepest wounding, your own challenges, and you really dig in, and then you turn that around and you share it with others, the amount of impact that you can make is huge, and it will heal you even more deeply as well. Service work is a known, I won't say cure, is a known path to helping to reduce and eliminate depression. People who do service work tend to be able to get out of depression more easily. And part of it is probably because you're focused on something other than your own problems. But again, so service work is a vehicle for healing for you and a vehicle for healing for others, because it's like this big, you've probably heard, you have to have an energy exchange when you do things. There's ebb and flow, give and take, you know, the infinite sign, the whole energy flow of the universe is give and take, ebb and flow. And so when I give out my gifts or my energy in alignment, particularly with my Chiron and my healing of my Chiron, then it helps others. And then that, of course, comes back to me and lifts me up and even invites me deeper into my own healing, because sometimes I even have to do more work and dig in deeper and see the parts that still aren't quite right because somebody else is having a challenge and I'm at a place that's just a little ahead of them on their path. And I can dig in and see if there are any tools that I have that can assist. So that's my shebang about Chiron. If you're curious about it, I will provide a link that they can put in the blog, and you can read more about Chiron and astrology and what that is and ponder what that might be for you. Most people probably know what it is by the time they're well into adulthood. And then maybe, who knows, you might want to explore ways to share your healing with others. You never know. It could be life-changing for you and for them. Have a wonderful week, and thank you so much for having me on again, and I will hopefully talk with you again soon. Blessed be.
This is a passage from How Can I Help by Ram Dass and Paul Gorman. I have a friend, a chemotherapy nurse in a children's cancer ward, whose job it is to pry for any available vein in an often emaciated arm to give infusions of chemicals that sometimes last as long as 12 hours and which are often quite discomforting to the child. He is probably the greatest pain giver the children meet in their stay in the hospital. Because he has worked so much with his own pain, his heart is very open. He works with his responsibilities in the hospitals as a laying on of hands with love and acceptance. There is little in him that causes him to withdraw, that reinforces the painfulness of the experience for the children. He is a warm, open space which encourages them to trust whatever they feel. And it is he whom the children most often ask for at the time they are dying. Although he is the main pain giver, he is also the main love giver.
I hope you enjoyed that wonderful talk, and thank you so much to Lori Rich Fox for that wonderful reading. So now is our opportunity to give our gifts and our tithes and our offerings in support of One World, its work, and its mission. And as I say every week, thank you so much for your generosity, for your continued vision, for your continued support of all that we do that enables us to bring you this gathering, our classes, our Wednesday discussion groups, our morning meditation Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock, our kids program, whatever it is we do, it is entirely because of your support. We dedicate these gifts, we bless these gifts to the continued work of One World as we work to bring the messages of compassion and love and peace to the greater world using the rich language and imagery of the world's enduring faith traditions. Again, thank you so much. We are very grateful.
Thank you so much for your ongoing generosity. You can easily donate to One World. Just go to our website, click on the Giving tab at the top, then the Donate link, and then this page will appear. And as you can see, there is a large Donate Now button in the center. That will take you to our giving app called Tithely. Or you can send a check to the address shown in the center of the page. Or you can also give using the PayPal link. Again, thank you so much for your continued generosity and support. We have a couple of announcements for you today. First, we are hosting a class, The 10 Challenges, on Tuesday nights. The class has started, but if you still want to join, you can. This class is based on the book by Leonard Felder, who gives a modern-day look at the 10 Commandments. Email or call us if you need the One World Zoom information to join. Second, save the date of Sunday, October 24th. Right after service, we will be holding our annual meeting via Zoom. This is a good time to learn more about One World. You'll hear from the Board of Directors and Reverend Melanie Ayre for a recap of this last year and a look into the year ahead. Everyone is welcome. We will also be voting in new board members, and we do have a couple of bylaw changes to vote on. So if you are a member, you will be receiving an email with a form to fill out to maintain your membership. So please make sure you fill this form out and return it to us. The directions for all of this will be in the email.
Hello, I am Reverend Rebecca. We are in a new month of October, and we have a new faculty of man, and that is zeal. Zeal is being excited and being happy about the inner spirit we have and how powerful it is. We will discuss things to do and things to think about being happy, bringing this powerful faculty of zeal. Everyone enjoy your day. Bye-bye.
And so as we move into our closing song and closing pictures, I'd like to say thank you so much for being with us on this Sunday. Remember, we have our annual meeting on October 24th. You are certainly invited to that. That is a Zoom event. If you are looking for the link or the password, please email us at info@oneworldspiritualcenter.net, and we would be glad to give it to you. If you are a member of One World, there is a link for you to click and renew your membership, which must be renewed every year in order for you to vote at the annual meeting. So I invite you back next week. I will be speaking next week, continuing our focus on service. And again, I hope you have a fabulous week, and I look forward to seeing you next Sunday.
Hit it, boys. Have a great week, everybody, and we will see you next time, same place, same time.